Hi everyone, welcome to WW Designs. My name is Nikki and today we are going to do the next installment of my Vintage Glam journal. There is a playlist if you'd like to see how I made the cover and how I made our first piece of ephemera. And today this is sort of having a little bit of fun with this. It's an introduction to where Catherine lives. So I just sort of had this idea that she lives in a beautiful English manor and we need to sort of introduce where she lives into the journal. I've already prepped all the pieces just to try and make things a bit quicker, but everything is very straightforward. There's nothing too difficult about this. So the first thing I want to do, because this is sort of all about house garden introduction type thing, I want to put a piece of this trim down the side, and it'll be my first little bit of prettiness that will stick out the edge. And I'm thinking I probably just need to, turn this on its side just to make it easier to guide the glue. And we're just going to run a strip of my favorite glue. This is Helmer's Tiger Grip. It is the best multi-purpose glue for paper and anything fabricy, which I've decanted, of course, into a small bottle. So we just run that all the way up there. Now, I might just grab my little pen container there just to hold this open a little bit while I place this down. There we go. And then just give it a little gentle press all the way down. And before you know it, this will be stuck there well and truly. This glue is fabulous for all these type of things. You only have to hold on for a few minutes and it will grip. It's delightful. There we go. And then I will just grab my scissors and trim off this little bit of overhang. Now, the next thing I found in my stash was this cute little butterfly. It was white, and at some stage I played with some watercolour and some pretty metallic pink paint, and I thought it would be a perfect little addition to this. Again, we're going with the garden flower theme. Now I'm just grabbing a little bit of scrap here in case this glue decides to leak through. Now this must have been stuck on something originally. I have no idea what, so I've got a few little gluey gluggy spots, but that's actually going to be quite helpful so this can adhere to the page. Just running it randomly around. There we go. And I want to have that just slightly overhanging. Again, a little bit of interest on that edge. Pop that down. And again, it will not take long before that is there to stay. Now, I thought I didn't want to just put pictures on the page. So what we're going to do, first things first, I need a pocket. So this is just a piece of scrap cardstock, which I have cut into a triangle, and I have inked the edges, torn, of course, down that edge. And this we're going to attach right there. So this is all very simple things, nothing too hard. I think anyone can manage a corner pocket. I quite like corner pockets so that your tags stick out a little bit. You get to see a bit more of them, because what we're going to do is we're going to have some tags that go into this pocket. So let's just get that down there. So that's, of course, why I've only glued down the two straight sides. Again, just hold that for a minute. Oh, got a little bit of excess glue there. There we go. Now, we need some tags. So I have been through my stash, and the very first one, I wanted to find like a stone wall or something. And of course, I went through my scraps and I couldn't find anything. But I found this, and this sort of came pretty close. And I got this very cute image off Pinterest because her house is Rosecrest Manor. I thought that was just a delightful name for her home. So our first tag is going to have the nameplate of her house. And that can go on there just like that. Now, you will see here, I've actually used a die cut to create this cute shape. I don't know which die cut set it was from because mine are all pulled apart and put into containers. But I find it handy if you want to use lace or ribbon or something that's a bit thicker. Instead of trying to fit it through a small round hole, cutting this shape can be really handy. I went through my scraps and I found this cute little piece which I thought would be perfect for this tag. So what we're going to do is just put a little bit of glue down here. And that way we don't have to tie and fluff around. We can keep things relatively straight. Now, just before I press that down, pardon me, excuse me, my horrible cold has still not gone. This is getting ridiculous. We're all sort of almost in week 4 now. But what can we do except get on with it? So see how that just allows that to be nice and flat. You don't have to tie things and add too much bulk. So I thought that would be a perfect way. So there is our first tag. And then the next one, I found another piece of scrap, just quite liked the colouring. And another good find on Pinterest was this gorgeous picture of a manor, which is exactly how I envisaged her house would look. So we're going to pop this down. I did put a little bit of ink around the edges of this image, which of course I printed out on cardstock. So we're going to place that on there. And then because it's Rosecrest Manor, I thought we needed a little bit more rose. So what I've done is fussy cut out a couple of roses, which I'm just going to add as a little overlay. There we go. And one more little piece, because that's all I could really cut out of the little scrap that I had. See, this is why I keep all my pretty scraps. You just never know when they might come in handy. And I thought that would be perfect up there, just to bring in a bit of more rose element into it. I think they might actually be peonies, but that's close enough. And then I found another great little scrap, which I thought I would use for this tag. So again, this one, of course, is not as thick, but if you try and get it through a little round hole, it just all becomes way too chunky. So we just flip this over. Oh, actually, I might do it like that. I didn't think about that, but that's what we're going to do. Do it on a little bit of an angle because we can. Hold that down just for a second. Flip it over. Add some glue on this side. And that's that one done. So now we bring our page back. We have our larger one to go in the back of our pocket. Oops, I need to make sure I get that corner down perfectly. Hang on one moment, because otherwise it's going to get caught on the pocket. and that will drive me crazy. I can't stand things like that. Just that tiny little corner needs a little bit of assistance. So that's better. And then we pop that in there. And our other one. I thought that was a very fun way to introduce where she lives. Very simple, easy page, but I think that's a fun first page for my Vintage Glam journal. Hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Very easy project, but I think it looks really cute. So please check out the playlist if you want to catch up on how I made this journal cover with a box and some fabric and the lessons I learnt whilst I was making it. If you have any questions, pop them down in the comments box below. And I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye for now.